Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the craziest and most bizarre theories out there. We're talking hollow planets, lizard people, and alien-built pyramids. Let's find out together. All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving deep into the hollow Earth theory. Imagine this. The Earth isn't solid but hollow, like a giant cosmic Easter egg, and inside there's a whole other world. Advanced civilizations, maybe even dinosaurs chilling with Bigfoot, who knows? This theory has been around for centuries. Remember that classic book, Journey to the Center of the Earth? Turns out that wasn't just Jules Verne messing with us. And get this, in 2023, some folks on an expedition in Antarctica claimed they found entrances to this inner world. Entrances, people, like secret doorways to a hidden civilization. Now, mainstream science says, nope, impossible, you're all crazy. But hey, isn't that what they always say before something turns out to be true? We've only explored like, what, 5% of the ocean? There could be a whole civilization of mole people living under our feet. The Earth's a mysterious place, man. What if there's a whole other world down there just waiting to be discovered? All right, let's talk reptilians. This theory claims that some of the most powerful people in the world are actually reptilian humanoids in disguise. Yeah, you heard that right. Reptilians. They're supposedly shape-shifting creatures, cold-blooded, with a taste for power and a serious lack of empathy for us humans. And they're pulling the strings behind the scenes, controlling governments, banks, the media, you name it. Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But some very serious people swear this is real. They point to ancient myths and legends about serpent gods and creatures. They analyze photos and videos, looking for telltale signs like glowing eyes or that weird flickering tongue thing. Remember that video of Joe Biden from back in 2022? The one where his eyes seemed to blink sideways? Yeah, that one sent the internet into a frenzy. Reptilian theorists were like, see, we told you. The evidence is out there, man. Blurry photos, grainy videos, and a whole lot of people convinced they've seen these creatures with their own eyes. And you gotta admit, the idea that our world is secretly run by lizard people, that's some next-level stuff. It's like, if you're gonna have a conspiracy theory, go big or go home, right? Plus, it explains a lot, doesn't it? The weirdness in the world, the corruption, the feeling that something's just not quite right. Maybe it's the reptilians. Maybe they're messing with us, keeping us divided and distracted. All right, folks, let's talk about something you probably didn't learn in school, the flat Earth theory. Some people believe the Earth is flat. Not round, not a globe, but flat like a pancake. I know what you're thinking. Joe, come on, man. We've seen pictures from space. We've sent people into orbit. And yeah, that's what they want you to think, man. At least that's what the flat earthers would tell you. These folks believe there's a massive conspiracy going on. They say NASA is faking space missions. Governments are hiding the truth. And we're all living on a giant disk surrounded by an impenetrable ice wall. Antarctica? Forget it. It's not a continent, it's just the edge of the world. Now, I gotta be honest, I've talked to some flat earthers on the podcast, and they are passionate about their beliefs. They've got all sorts of arguments, diagrams, and YouTube videos to back them up. Let's talk giants, folks. Not your friendly neighborhood basketball player giants, but real-deal, biblical giants. We're talking about the Nephilim. Now, if you're not familiar with the Nephilim, they're these mysterious beings mentioned in the Bible. Think of them like the OG giants, the offspring of fallen angels and human women. They were said to be massive, powerful, and let's be honest, probably not the best neighbors to have. The Bible talks about how God flooded the earth to wipe out the Nephilim, but some people believe a few of them might have survived. And not just survived, but maybe they're still out there hiding in remote corners of the world waiting for their chance to rise again. I'm talking about those stories you hear about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, the Yeti. Some people think these creatures could be the descendants of the Nephilim. They point to giant skeletons that have been unearthed over the years, footprints that are way too big for any human, and blurry photos that are always open to interpretation. And then there are the stories. Legends passed down through generations about encounters with giants in the wilderness. People who claim to have seen these massive, hairy creatures with their own eyes. Who knows what's lurking in the deepest jungles of the Amazon or the Himalayas? There could be a whole tribe of Nephilim out there living off the grid. All right, folks, let's talk ancient aliens. Specifically, let's talk about the pyramids, you know, those massive triangular structures in Egypt that have baffled archaeologists and historians for centuries. How did they build those things? Well, according to mainstream science, it was humans. Just a bunch of dudes with ropes, ramps, and a whole lot of manpower. But some people, they're not buying it. They think something else was going on, something a little more extraterrestrial. I'm talking about the theory that aliens helped build the pyramids. Think about it. The precision, the scale, the sheer engineering genius of these structures. It's hard to imagine how ancient humans could have pulled it off without a little help from their intergalactic friends. The theorists point to all sorts of evidence, like how the pyramids are aligned with certain stars, how some of the stones are too heavy to have been moved by human hands, and how there are all sorts of weird hieroglyphs that look suspiciously like spaceships and aliens. Could the pyramids have been built as landing pads for their spaceships? Or maybe they were giant energy generators, harnessing the power of the cosmos. Ever feel like history doesn't quite add up? Like there are these gaps and inconsistencies in the timeline? Well, you might be onto something. Because today, we're diving into the phantom time hypothesis. This theory claims that a big chunk of history, about 297 years to be exact, never actually happened. That's right, we might have been lied to about the calendar. The theory suggests that the early Middle Ages, from 614 AD to 911 AD, were completely fabricated. That's almost 300 years of knights, castles, and plagues that might never have existed. Now, why would anyone invent 3 centuries of history? Well, according to this theory, it was a power grab. The idea is that Emperor Charlemagne, along with the Pope, wanted to legitimize their rule and establish a new world order. So they allegedly erased a few centuries and inserted themselves into the timeline. If this sounds crazy, well, it kind of is. But there are some people out there who take this theory seriously. What if our understanding of history is completely wrong? What if we're living in a different year than we think we are? All right, folks, let's talk about the Large Hadron Collider, or LHC for short. This is a massive underground particle accelerator located near Geneva, Switzerland. Basically, it's a giant machine that smashes tiny particles together at incredibly high speeds. The goal is to understand the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Pretty cool, right? But here's where things get interesting. When the LHC was first fired up, some people were worried that it might create a black hole. Yes, a black hole, right here on Earth. And not just any black hole, but a black hole that could potentially swallow the entire planet. Now, the scientists at CERN, the organization that runs the LHC, they've always maintained that there's no risk of a black hole apocalypse. But some people weren't convinced. They argued that the scientists were underestimating the risks. All right, folks, let's talk about one of the most mysterious and intriguing places on Earth. Area 51. This top-secret military base located in the Nevada desert has been the subject of countless conspiracy theories for decades. What exactly goes on at Area 51? Well, officially it's a testing ground for experimental aircraft and weapons systems, but some people believe it's something much more. They believe that Area 51 is where the US government stores and studies recovered alien spacecraft and even alien bodies. The rumors and legends surrounding Area 51 have been circulating for decades. People have reported seeing strange lights in the sky near the base, hearing unusual noises, and even encountering mysterious figures in black suits who warn them to turn back. Now, the government has always denied these claims, and there's no concrete evidence to support them. But it's a compelling story nonetheless, and it's fueled the imaginations of conspiracy theorists for years. If you enjoyed this wild ride through the weirdest corners of human curiosity, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a like and a comment. So, what do you think? What if the Earth is hollow, or lizard people are running the show, or we're all just living in a giant snow globe controlled by aliens? Until next time, keep those brain cells firing, and remember, the truth is out there. Maybe,